Kyle Montgomery here, alongside 24/7 Sports National Recruiting Director J.C. Shurburtt, welcoming you back inside our ACC Digital Network studios, breaking down the Atlantic Division's recruiting classes. And J.C., here's how you have them ranked. Florida State, #1, followed by Clemson, Maryland, NC State, Wake Forest, then Boston College. No big surprise to see the Noles atop your list here. They made a push for maybe the top class in the country for the second straight year. Ended up behind Alabama in most people's minds, but still, they loaded up.
No doubt about it. For the second straight recruiting cycle, Florida State had the #2 class in the country behind Alabama. When I look at this class, I really think it's strong on the defensive line. Mario Edwards Jr., the top prospect in the country, and Eddie Goldman, one of the nation's top defensive tackles, headline that group. But beyond the D-line, you also look at it, and they signed an excellent running back in Mario Pender. They have a speedy receiver in Marvin Bracey, and P.J. Williams is going to be a very nice safety prospect for the Seminoles.
I tell you, nobody has a bigger grin on their face these days than Mark Stoops. He's got a lot of toys to play with these days and going forward in the future. So obviously a great job by Jimbo Fisher and company. All right, let's talk about Clemson. Coming off the first ACC title in 30 years, obviously needed to address some things on the defensive end. What do you make of their class?
Well, Clemson does as good a job as any staff in the country at recruiting, and they got off to a fast start this year and then closed strong with an offensive lineman out of North Carolina, DJ Reader, who could play on either side of the ball. So I looked at the class. You mentioned the defensive help. Travis Blanks is a big safety prospect out of Tallahassee, Florida. Clemson and Dabo Swinney went down. They beat Florida, Florida State, and Miami on this kid. He's taller, he's rangier. He could get a little look at corner, but I think long term he will anchor that safety spot similar to Michael Hamlin, the former Tiger. Also, Carlos Watkins is one of the best defensive linemen in the country. Came out of Forest City, North Carolina, which is not known for its football talent producing ability. But Clemson went up there and got him too. You know, his high school running back film is outstanding. So plus athleticism coming in on the defensive line for the Tigers.
Yeah, back-to-back top 10 classes for Clemson. First time since the late 80s when Coach Danny Ford was roaming the sidelines there. All right, who's your sleeper out of this group?
Well, when I look up and down the list, it has to be Maryland and Randy Edsall. They had a tough season this year. Didn't go like they planned on the field, but recruiting was actually very, very good. Wes Brown is a 4-star running back that Maryland got a commitment from at the Under Armour All-American game. He can come in and play right away for the Terps. His teammate at Good Counsel High School is Mike Medeiros, another Under Armour All-American and an offensive tackle that in a couple of years I think will be one of the better blockers in the ACC.
All right, for J.C. Shurburtt, I'm Kyle Montgomery. Be sure to keep it right here on the ACC DN for all of your recruiting news and, of course, expert analysis.